Hi guys, welcome to another episode of your boy The H Talk Sports and Wrestling. It's going to be boxing. I've been teasing you guys. Sorry, that sounded like really wrong as it came out my mouth, but I've been teasing you guys for a little while. I'm going to do a prediction and basically analysis for the prediction of Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor. I've got notes with me. Do you know what? Sometimes I do these off the top of my head and they come across good and I get like, I say 90% of the facts right, but occasionally there's maybe 5 or less percent where I might just get one title name wrong or something like that. So for this fight, it's a unification fight. It's the finale of the World Boxing Super Series tournament and it's for the Muhammad Ali tournament, the heavyweight legend, of course, formerly known as Cassius Clay. So let's get into this. Let's start with Josh Taylor. I'm going to give you a bit of facts and figures about both, and then I'm going to give you my prediction and why that is my prediction. I'm pretty sure that most people will not like this prediction, disagree with it, whatever, but that's fine because I try and give predictions based on an unbiased view. Even like Anthony Joshua versus Ruiz, like everyone who knows, I'm much more of a Tyson Fury fan than I am Joshua or Wilder. So that wasn't, I didn't predict Joshua like majority of people did because of any other reason, but because I actually thought he would just overpower Ruiz, and I was obviously wrong like everyone was. For the rematch, that's gonna be a hard one. We'll get into that soon, but this isn't about that, it's about Josh Taylor and it's about Regis Prograis. So let's get into it. Josh Taylor, born and raised in the playground is when he spent most of his days. No, sorry. Josh Taylor, born and raised Edinburgh, Scotland. He's 15-0. 12 of those have been KO or TKO. So only 3 people lasted. He's the IBF champion. He's a southpaw, as is his opponent. We'll get into that later. Basically, I've put down he's got brutal power, great power even. I've put he's got devastating speed. He likes a good punch up. He comes forward, great combinations. He can switch hit, as can Prograis. I've put his best wins, Barenchik. I will pronounce his name wrong, so if not, sorry. But yeah, so Ivan Barenchik came forward, put him under pressure, won some rounds against Josh Taylor. That's interesting to me. And obviously, Postal, he also got a unanimous decision versus Victor Postal. Possibly his greatest win. Yeah, probably his greatest win. Postal at the time was a big name, as was a bit of people Josh Taylor beat. Obviously, he made his name by beating another guy called O'Hara Davis. He basically exposed Davis. He basically was the reason why Tyan Booth, if you guys know Tyan, calls him the quitter. Go on Tyan Booth's channel if you haven't. I know he's got much more subscribers than me, but I always have to mention that guy because he is funny. It's comedy, by the way, guys. So if you watch his stuff and think, oh, this guy isn't a boxing analyst, he's not. I think as a character, I don't know him personally. I'd like to meet him. If I do meet him, you know I'm going to get him on his channel, 100%. Tyan Booth is a hilarious guy. I love his style. I love his sense of humour. I love his irreverence. And he doesn't care. That's why he's funny. Obviously, not everyone can do that style, but he can. Anyway, O'Hara Davis was unbeaten. He was heavily hyped. I think majority of people had him beating Josh Taylor. I'd say most people did. Not many people knew about Josh Taylor before that. He exposed him. He made him quit on the stool. TKO, that was a great one. He also TKO'd Winston Campos. That was a big one. It's the Poston and Barinchik fights. Because he's got those 2 names, is why most people who are Taylor fans are saying they're going for him. Apart from the fact he's British. Because someone's British, 90% of the time, the British fans will just back him, which isn't logical at all, because just because someone's born in the same country as you, or even the same set of countries under a union, like the UK, United Kingdom, does not mean you should support them. Like, you should support who you think is the best fighter. That's the thing I've always agreed with. Even when I was little, I remember everyone was loving up Hatton, and I loved Hatton as well. I liked Hatton a lot, but I was rooting. Here's the thing: you can root for someone, but know they're gonna lose. I rooted for Hatton, but I knew he was gonna lose to Floyd Money Mayweather based on the style and everything. Same as Conor. Like, I love MMA. I train MMA, right? I enjoy Conor. I bet on Conor losing in that round 10. Go on my Instagram, inked underscore and underscore iconic underscore H. Go on my Instagram, have a look. I've literally put that betting slip on there just to prove that I knew it had happened, because it's exactly the same round which he beat Hatton. So I like Conor, but I knew Floyd was going to beat him. Floyd will beat like everyone. This is what it is. I'm not so sure about it now, because obviously he's older and everything, and the use of drugs and steroids and stuff, but that's a different subject. Let's go back on to Josh Taylor. So Taylor beat O'Hara Davis, exposed him and got his name up. Postal win was really good. I really enjoyed the Postal win. Marinchuk, people say exposed Taylor. I wouldn't say exposed him. Obviously did show the holes in his game, which we'll talk about and bring into effect in a minute. I'd say his weaknesses, he's not got the greatest IQ boxing wise in terms of he does like a tear up, and I do believe that when he sees blood, he gets a bit hungry for the blood and will go for it. Obviously, you haven't seen that in every single fight. Obviously, you haven't seen that much. He's only got a very small sample size of fights to go from. He's only got 15, which is 9 less as his opponent, Regis Prograis. We'll go into that in a second. I don't think he'll be able to adjust to Prograis' style and head movement. So yeah, we'll go into the next bit in a second. So let's go into Regis Prograis. He's 2 years older than Josh Taylor. He's a WBA champion of the world. He's 30 years old. Taylor's 28. He's from Louisiana, New Orleans. His nickname's Rougarou. He's a southpaw as well, which is going to be very exciting. Watching two southpaws fight is highly exciting. He's got 24 wins, 0 losses, unbeaten as well. He's got 20 wins by TKO, KO. He's got a great counter right, head movement, boxing IQ is impeccable, ring generalship. He can do the Philly roll, so shoulder roll. He's a switch hitter as well. His best wins for TKO against Relic. He was just devastating Relic's body. He was smashing up the body. He was using head movement, everything. TKO against Ndongo, domination, love that. That was a great one. TKO against Diaz Jr. and the UD against Terry Flanagan. Funny enough, a lot of people say if you can't beat Flanagan, how can you beat Josh Taylor? Completely different things. Apples and oranges, apples and pears. It's not the same thing at all, guys. That's like, there's a thing called MMA math, there's a thing called boxing math. That's like saying Ruiz lost to Parker, so he's going to lose to Joshua. At the end of the day, that's not what happened though, is it? That's not what happened. What happened factually is he beat Joshua, even though I suppose he lost to Parker. That was a close fight many people had for Ruiz, all right? So don't try that rubbish. He lost to Terry, how's he going to beat thing? Also, Terry fought amazingly in that fight. Watch that fight, very nice fight. Yeah, so basically, for me, here's the prediction. But before I get into it, I genuinely think it's been one of the best fights of the year. For me, the best fights this year have been Benavides, David versus Durrell. I believe Errol Spence Jr. versus Sean Porter. I believe last weekend's Ritson versus Robbie Davis Jr. And I believe this fight. I believe Josh Taylor versus Regis Prograis. Yes, I had to remember his name, sorry guys. But no, I think this will be fight of the night, fight of the year possibly, or at least the top 5. And I'm going for Prograis. Here's why. I think he's more calculated. If you look, he's always up and down. He's always giving you different looks. The old Floyd Mayweather style. He's literally non-stop, and he's fought this way in a few fights before. So he's got the ability. He's got the cardio. He'll do the shoulder roll. He literally loves keeping his right hand up, and then he would use the right hand, obviously southpaw style, as am I. He'll obviously use that southpaw style, use the southpaw jab. But sometimes, if you notice, he'll feint with the right, and then he'll use his left lead. When he uses his left lead, he usually catches his opponent coming in. I think he'll do that to Josh Taylor as well. I think he'll use his boxing. Look at the angles. He's a master of angles. A lot of you guys haven't seen Regis Prograis. I know you haven't. It's just factually, because I've looked at the comments and people are saying Josh Taylor's going to KO him, TKO him easy. All this rubbish, pure rubbish. If it goes UD, I think it's Prograis, and if it goes TKO within the first 8 rounds, I think it's Taylor. Honestly, I actually do. That's the only thing, because obviously Prograis got more and a higher TKO KO ratio. Some people are saying he's harder puncher. I don't know if he is. I actually might give the puncher's edge to Taylor, but I'll give the boxing edge 100% to Prograis. I think he's the more skillful boxer, the more technical. He's got the boxing IQ. Like I say, he's always moving. Like Taylor can move, don't get it twisted. Taylor can move. Taylor's got great combinations. Taylor, especially when he uses 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he hits the body 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, or even sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he does a couple of uppercuts and straight to the body. Taylor is a master at hitting that body. He is great at it, guys. Do not get it twisted at all. But I do think it's going to be Prograis. I think Taylor's going to try and come out, put the pressure on. I think Prograis is going to use a shoulder roll. I think he might take a few punches in the first 3 or 4 rounds. I think he's going to keep his defense up high, and then I think he's going to go lower. I think he's going to hit the body. I think he's going to hurt Taylor to the body, and I think he is going to get the UD. I think it's going to be an unanimous decision, and I think he will not be controversial. I think he'll win 8-4. I think he'll win 8 rounds 2-4, or even. Yeah, or I could say 9-3. Either 9-3 or 8-4. I think that's what's happened. UD. Like I said, can Taylor win a TKO KO? I do believe he can. If he does, I think it'll be before round 8, just in case Prograis hasn't felt or been touched with pure devastating power like that. I could see a TKO from Taylor, a couple of jabs to the head and an uppercut, a couple shots to the body, basically an accumulation of shots, and that could be the reason why Taylor wins. But that's not what I'm going to say. I'm going for Regis, Prograis, UD, or very late TKO, let's say round 11. That's what I'm going for, guys. If you agree or disagree, let me know why. And please please don't just say, oh, because he's from Scotland and he's representing the boys or whatever like that. Like, if you're going to say it, give me a reason why. Do you think he's got better footwork? Do you think he's got a better boxing IQ? Do you think I'm wrong about that? Do you think he can stop Prograis on the inside? Do you think he can keep him on the outside? I don't think he can. I think Prograis was going to jab him, keep him on the outside, then come inside when he wants, create some devastating impact and come in and out again. If you watch Prograis fighting, he loves that in and out style, in, out, and then literally head movement. It's always moving his head movement. Do you know how hard it is? It might look silly, but if someone's moving their head literally all the time and feinting as well, trying to feint, you literally are going to go for it. So I don't think he can stop all of that. But hey, I might be wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if I am wrong. It is what it is. What you call a 50-50 fight. But yeah, like I said, I put Taylor favour against most guys. But I think Prograis is underrated, especially over here. I think people are highly underrated him because he's American. And yeah, but like I said, Taylor's repping Britain as it is right now. He's just got the might leave. Who knows what's happening in the next 2 years. Let's not get into politics. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm putting Regis Prograis to win this. I hope you guys appreciate the analysis. I've tried to give you the good reasoning why. Nothing biased, nothing about that. Like I said, I actually like Josh Taylor. I think he's a great fighter. Not even a good fighter. I think he's a great fighter. He's probably England's #1, up there with Callum Smith right now. Obviously Tyson Fury. Probably Tyson Fury, Taylor and Smith. Maybe in that order. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. Who have you got winning? Regis Prograis or Josh Taylor? Cheers, guys.